Live in the dungeon, this is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Mick Strawn.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm not very confident right now because my computer locked up when I opened Skype, and I had to shut it down. And then it came back on, and now one of my monitors isn't working, and my voice is only coming through one channel. So yeah, I'm not really confident right now about the whole setup.
I'm not using the MP3 recorder that I normally use because it's on the computer that's still packed away. So it's not like I'm doing much better, but I am recording my side with my DMO5, so we will see.
Well, that sounds more promising than me one channel, and I'm not sure why it keeps changing the volume level. Anyway, yeah.
Well, hey, listen, the volume level thing, I swear to God, my other computer was absolutely possessed about that. It turned it down all the time, and I'm telling you, every time that I did a show with somebody, at least 4 or 5 times, it would just automatically turn it down. I mean, what the hell is that? And it's not like it would just disappear. It's like it would turn down.
Well,
right?
You have this amazing range, though. It's like a dynamic range from like a cricket to like a freight train. You kind of go back and forth, like, so that maybe that's what causes it.
It could do that. It could be just a defense parameter, right?
Right.
You know, it's doing it in self-defense. That's all there is to it.
I gotta protect myself.
This guy's a lunatic.
So you didn't get to see Jexy, right?
I didn't get to see Jexy because, you know, as much as it got advertised out here, I don't know if I was a week late, or it could have been because of the moving and all the rest of that, but it was gone.
Yeah, that's weird. Because it's still here.
Oh, really?
But, you know.
Yeah, but there are several theaters around here. It's not like there's a lack of theaters. I don't know. You know, it did look like a startlingly good film.
You're probably right. No, I kind of agree. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but I was actually pretty entertained by it. But it just in a nutshell reminded me a little bit of that. I can't remember the name of the movie. It was like Superbad, but it had like younger kids in it.
Oh, we just saw it recently, right?
The Good Boys.
Yeah, the Good Boys. Yeah,
had that kind of vulgar humor, but it was just kind of dorky. But I was entertained, so it was something I would watch on Netflix.
There you go. That's you know, that's really funny because one of the films that we're talking about, I got the same feeling from.
Oh, yeah, me too. Well, I don't think I even would watch it on Netflix.
What did I watch? And I don't mean that in an actual sense. I mean that in a metaphorical sense.
Right.
What did I watch, and why did that happen?
I know. I was thinking, why didn't we say Dead Snow or something else that might be better?
It was, but you have to say, it was pretty direct about it.
This is all about packaging. The title was awesome, and I had to go there.
Right. Well, you know what? And here's the funny thing. This is exactly what I've been thinking. And even before we can review this film, I would like to share a thought or two.
All right.
On packaging and having the good title, right?
Yes.
To you and to me, I think one of the best titled films in the last 20 years has got to be Sharknado, right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what you do with the title Sharknado. I mean, Sharknado, it could have been a guy holding a plastic shark up in the air with a tornado in the background. just clips that were taken from any tornado film, any footage.
Right.
And him going, "Rawr, rawr, rawr, rawr," right? And
yeah, exactly.
And it would have been Sharknado, right? People would have still killed themselves to go see that, right?
Well, it's like Ginger Dead Man, right?
Right. It's like Ginger Dead Man. It's like Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
I don't understand why that film is still popular. I mean, I cannot fathom.
I have a coworker that loves that movie.
Right, exactly. But I think that everybody, I think that if they just left the title at Breakin' 2, I don't think anybody would have ever seen it. But Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Actually, it's funny because I remember I was at a record store a long time ago when I was like in junior high or something, and I bought that because of the name.
Exactly.
I ended up liking it though. I was like, oh, this is kind of groovy.
The funny thing is it's like they stole a Judy Garland, Mickey Mantle film right out of the 30s, right? I mean, it is. Yeah. It's like, hey, let's put on a show. We're gonna save the building. It's exactly that, and more power to it. I just love the power of a good title, you know. And there's something about the Lederhosen zombie apocalypse that just it tickles me, you know.
Yeah, I was there until I started watching it.
Yeah, right. Until this thing started to roll, and you're going, "Oh my God! Oh, this is really," you know. I love the way it's almost like when we went back to the Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead and all the rest of those. There was a bothering to build up. You know, first you see one quick little zombie, then you see another zombie over there, you know, and then, you know, over a long period of time, they're everywhere. Yeah. They didn't really bother. They don't even really bother with that anymore.
No,
It's like there was one zombie, and then there was 100 million zombies.
I do. Like, well, yeah, exactly. It seemed like it moved too fast, and the story had a lot of holes in it, bigger than like the size of Texas.
Oh right, yeah, it was huge. But I have to say, there's always this one thing that we as horror fans hold on to, and I tell you, in this case, for me, it was the kill in the bathroom.
Yeah, actually, I like that one.
That overhead shot,
yes.
that was pretty great.
The entrails, I was amazed. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, and with the entrails, and then and what was great was then set dressing got a hold of some of those entrails and then just cleverly just put them all over the place for the rest of the film,
yes.
Which I thought was great. Just entrails were just the smiling entrail though is the best.
Yes, yeah, oh absolutely.
Did you see the entrail with the face? Where did that come from?
Somebody was bored, I guess.
Somebody must have really been bored because there was a steaming, you see the interminably, you see the entrails of this one zombie like pour out, then it makes a pile that looked like a crap emoji.
Yes,
yes. And then all of a sudden the crap emoji had eyes. I was like, wow, that was.
Yeah, the eyes fell out. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So I do have to say one positive thing is that I thought the acting wasn't terrible and there was some good chemistry there actually. Hate to say it, but
yeah, was the three leads and there was something kind of interesting though, is that because they were using there was another language involved in the film, and I thought that there was. It was actually, I think that one of the languages that was English was supposed to be Scandinavian, and then the other one was some other Slavic language, right?
Right, yeah.
And I got to thinking to myself, this is actually pretty sophisticated in the way that it's switching the language from end to end, because it's almost like it was telling the story twice.
Right.
In that Slavic tongue, and then back in English, you know. And I was thinking, well, that's actually a pretty clever way to, you know, keep the story going for two groups of people. Which, unfortunately, in this case, it's 100 people on both sides.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and then it doesn't really matter. I mean, it could have been a silent movie as far as I was concerned.
Oh yeah, boy, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
in fact, I would have liked it better. But actually, well, it couldn't be a silent movie because I liked the music, the yodeling dance music. That was pretty awesome.
But you do have to admit, though, the explosion and the way that they set the explosion up was really kind of great.
Yeah.
You look at the tank. You know, you follow her eyes. You follow her eyes. You look at the tank, and then all of a sudden, you're just seeing this peaceful valley in the evening, right? You know, this peaceful valley up in the, you know, up in the Alpines, right? And da 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 da. Poof.
They did a good job shooting this, actually. I mean, that's another positive right there. But
yeah, they did. It looked good. And you know what? These days, seems like it must be pretty easy to make a good-looking film because seems like an awful lot of them are, right?
Right, exactly. Oh, there's one. Speaking of like special effects, I like the ski poles through the eyes.
Yeah. And how he just skated away at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? If you're drunk and your bar for something stupid on snow is pretty low.
Yeah. Yes.
This might just fill the bill.
We got snowboards. We could take care of these zombies. We have snowboards.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, but other than that, you know, I mean,
yeah, it was kind of painful to watch, actually, overall.
Yeah, it was pretty painful. The girl was tough and mean.
Oh, she was actually, I liked her.
She was actually pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did like the lead character and the second lead character, and you know, the guy that was the first zombie, he looked like he was going to be the zombie from the moment you saw him.
Right, exactly.
It's just like, oh, hey, well, there's your first zombie right there, you know. It's because you know it's important in picking your first zombie.
Exactly. Well, I didn't fully understand the green snow thing, and I mean, I don't know. It just didn't. They just added a little digital effect to it, and that they didn't really explain it. Just kind of happened, and next thing you know, the guy was a zombie.
And it pretty obviously didn't make much of a difference, now did it?
No, not at all. In fact, they didn't even need to explain it. They could have just had him turn into a zombie.
Right. You know, let's face it. We gotten to the point now where you could just turn into a zombie, and you know, the audience is going to have to go, we'll allow it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that.
Okay, we're going to go with it. Okay. So, on a rating scale.
Yes. Oh, jeez. I'm like in the ones. I'm like a 1.5.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I was trying to decide whether I was at the top of the one scale or not.
I'm right in the middle. I give it a few extra, you know, tenths of a point because of the entrails and the ski poles and the way they shot it. And the bathroom. The bathroom was my favorite scene. Yeah. Yeah,
but everything else keeps driving it down, right?
Yes.
You know, 0.7 is just calling to me.
0.7. Wow, I was very generous then.
Oh, really? What'd you say?
Well, I said 1.5.
1.5? My God.
And because I enjoyed the dance music, the ski poles, the entrails. So, I mean, it kind of it had some stuff going for me, I guess.
I honestly thought to myself, well, at least it's short.
It'd be a great 10-minute video. If I took that movie and re-edited it to my favorite parts, it would be an awesome video.
Yeah, right. It could make a good video. It would have been a great short.
In fact, I might do that just for fun. No, you know, probably not.
And you know what? As a matter of fact, the thing is there was, you know, in the overall sense of the script, there was no second hit in it. There was no, you know, it was just as straightforward as you could possibly get.
This was a comedy. It wasn't really a horror, really, was it?
Oh, no, it was definitely a comedy. Hey, listen, if in the middle of a show where it's supposed to be in another language and the guy says, well, that happened, you have to say, well, I don't think they were all that serious about this. I really don't.
Yeah, well, that happened. Yeah.
Well, that happened. But, so here I am in beautiful Tennessee, and I went and put 9 feet of windows.
Oh my gosh!
Literally one window right after the other, 9 feet in our little living room, so that it looks out on a copse of trees, where every morning and every night this family of deer come by.
Oh.
And eat. They eat in the little meadow right there, and it's just as awesome as you can get.
See, that's how I would open my horror movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you see, and not to return to a sore subject or anything like that, but the deer at the very beginning.
Oh, the deer were brutal. Yeah.
That was bad. They were actually physically hard to watch.
They looked like they were taken out of Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah, it looks like somebody did makeup on the reindeer from that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer back in 1962.
Yes.
It was pretty awful. So anyway, let's let this
sucker die. Yes.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.